All right, guys, welcome back to Salud with Robert Gardner. I'm happy to review a new beer to me, and I don't remember much about this one. I don't think I'm going to be inordinately impressed, but we shall see what happens here. And this is the High Sign Brewing Company, the Eastside Pilsner. I went to their website to look up information, and I could find very little. It was kind of interesting. I went to their website, kind of scrolled through. Looks like they've got a place here in Austin, sort of their tap room event. I've never been before. And in fact, I've got a business meeting come up. I think I might have some people meet me at one of these facilities instead of like a coffee shop. But what I see here is they've got a host of beers. The Pilsner, which is the East Side that we're about to try, is there. But there's just very little information on their website, like not a huge amount of information about what they do or what's going on or anything else. So I don't know, is what it is. We'll go ahead and crack this guy open and see what we think. I did go with something that was even lighter, which is a Pilsner. Pilsners are usually a little more crisp, a little more refreshing. We'll see how this guy is. Super, super light in color, very golden, which is, I think, typical for Pilsners. I've gotten used to kind of light, crisp beers, stuff that's good with food. It's easy to pair with tacos or nachos or, barbecue or whatever else. Pilsners are a good choice if you have somebody who's not trying to stretch out. They're not trying to impress anybody with their beer tastes. I don't know a lot about different categories of beer. Like if you try to press me for the difference between lagers, ales, pilsners, stouts, I'm still learning, so there's probably more to learn over time about what constitutes the various beverages. Fermented, get a little bit of apple, almost like malic acid, I think. A little bit of yeast, maybe, in a good way. Like cooked bread, sort of. Nice, nice foam. It's clear, crisp looking. And again, not much information on it. I mean, let's hope it is a tasty beer. Let's have a. It's light, crisp, some carbonation. Not so much that it's overwhelming. You can see a little bit of the bubbles there. Give you some light. Little bit of carbonation. It's not flat. It's just not as flavorful as the Bock I had earlier, which I didn't expect it to be. Actually, was going like I didn't want to go in reverse. I didn't want to have a light beer that was crisp and then go to something that was a little darker with more flavor. 25-50%. If I have a stout or a porter, the flavor profile continues. The Pilsner is probably 50% of that. It's got some flavor. It's crisp. It's refreshing in Austin heat, but I don't get a lot else going on with it. It's not blowing me away. It's not anything that I would write home about. I actually found it interesting on their website that they've got the Wooderson IPA, but it's the West Coast, I think, which I think is kind of interesting because that's a playoff of Dazed and Confused, which was shot here in Austin. I thought that was kind of interesting. But the beer itself is good. Nothing to write home about. I'm not blown away by it, but I'm not rejecting it. I don't suspect I'll be going out and buying this one again. I feel like there's a million other Pilsners out there that I could try. Um, in fact, I think Celis Breweries, the Pool Guy, maybe I'll review that one tomorrow. I believe it's a Pilsner, and it was it was going places. It had a little more flavor for a Pilsner. This is not impressive to me. And granted, it's not bad beer. It's not anything. If you handed me this at a party, I would never complain. It's just not blowing me away in its flavor profile or anything else. It's not going an interesting and new place. You've noticed with my tequila reviews, that's something that I'm looking for, is trying to find a Blanco with unique flavors or flavor profile that you don't get with other Blancos. I think that this Pilsner goes into that category of just like, yeah, it's a good beer, but nothing to write home about. Still plenty crisp, plenty refreshing. I think this would probably pair well with any kind of food that you want to serve with it. I could easily see having a beer with some hamburger, tacos, something along those lines. Very tasty otherwise. And who knows? Maybe some of the other beers. Let me put my reading glasses on so I can see these. Because it looks like they've got a Mexican lager, a blueberry blonde, and then that West Coast IPA. I have not seen those. I might have to stop by and pick up. That's a highsignbrewing.com, by the way. I may have to go by and check those out. I'm not interested in the blueberry fruit in my beer. I'm not super excited about, but I definitely try the Mexican lager and the IPA, the Wooderson. Again, that's High Sign Brewing. That's HISIGN brewing.com. High Sign Brewing, you can check them out. I think it's a great beer. Nothing to write home about. Not totally blown away, but I certainly don't want to criticize it either. I don't expect a Pilsner to completely, blow me away as far as its flavor profile. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. You can check out highsignbrewing.com at their website. And it's a pleasure doing more reviews with you guys. If you have any recommendations at all, please contact me. If anybody High Sign Brewing wants to do a review with me, or I don't know, one of your brewmasters wants to talk to me or whatever, I'd love to have you on the podcast. We can review some more of your beer that way and talk about it. I'm very interested in connecting with more people in the food and beverage community here in Austin. So I'll see you again soon on Salud with Robert Gardner Wellness. Thank you guys so much, and I really, really appreciate it.